Australia. Mr. Jones?
Bermas, I'm interrupting.
Not at all.
Tomorrow I'm going to cover this. We ordered a Papa John's pizza.
Okay.
We're back there video editing. And I looked down after I ate 2 pieces of pizza, dumped pepper all over it, and it said crushed red peppers treated with radiation. Now, listen, a lot of meat we eat is radiated. A lot of vegetables are radiated, and it does damage the nutritional value and really destroys the ring structures. I mean, there's major science on this. But
from what I understand, it kills the nutrients and the proteins in it and alters them, yeah.
But it also allows poultry producers and others, if they've got a lot of bacteria, or it allows them to have the meat be a lot dirtier and a lot worse conditions, because then they can just radiate it. The problem is that what really makes you sick with bacteria and things, and this is in the case of meat, not these peppers, is that when the bacteria eat, they then excrete or defecate toxins. In fact, when you get most forms of food poisoning are not the bacteria. It's the toxins they excrete, the literal plaques. And so even though a lot of the meat producers irradiate it, you're still getting that toxin. Now, on top of that, and then I'm going to split. I just want to make sure I get this on air. I'm going to cover it tomorrow. I'm going to show people a close shot over there on the document cam. On top of that, meats and now vegetables are having, in Latin, it means bacteria eating virus. You translate the Latin into English. And they've been doing this it was authorized 5 years ago by the FDA. And it's a vaccine. They breed it in live tanks, and it's sprayed on most meat we eat. So we're being genetically manipulated. There's all sorts of stomach disorders and things being caused by the viruses that they spray. And people won't believe me. Guys, Google viruses sprayed on meat. Just search that term when they get a chance, viruses sprayed on meat. And I want to show people the MSNBC or Associated Press when they authorized it 5 years ago. Again, viruses sprayed on meat. And click web, and it'll come up. Just pick a mainstream source. There were literally thousands when they did it. So radiation, viruses, everything else. I don't know if Papa John's meat is sprayed with that, but most processed meat is. But no, just red peppers. I mean, this is a plant. It's dried pepper. There should be no reason they're doing this. And I'm going to say this right now. I'm not going to eat Papa John's ever again until I'm going to start calling them up in 6 months from now, and I'm going to say, do you still have radiated red pepper? Because they built these facilities all over the country, and they use the radioactive waste to they don't mix the radiation in with it. They beam it. But it's strong enough when they just run it through for a few seconds to kill everything. High-powered radiation. And so they say, well, there's no radiation left, but it's basically made the food dead. Mm-hmm. And this is our society, and we better start saying no. And see, pretty soon you won't be able to get it unless it's radiated.
Exactly. Codex Alimentarius. They want to stop us from having those kind of nutrients. Can we zoom right in? Right to where my fingertip is, and it even has like a little nuclear symbol thing right there. See the little circle? Can we get in a little closer, guys? Here, I want to bring it up so we can try to get it right on there. There you go. There you go. You're zooming right in.
Crushed red peppers treated with radiation.
And there it is. That's perfect right there.
I feel violated. Most people don't read the label, but you see this more and more. But now the feds have passed legislation where you don't have to tell you. I guess I should thank Papa John's for letting us know what they're doing. But, look at the New York Times. Agency approves first use of viruses as food additive. That's the New York Times. Punch that up.
And that's from 2006.
Folks, wake up. They're saying there's nowhere to run from the global government letting you know, and they're spraying viruses on your meat. Show it. Agency approves first use of viruses as food additive. New York Times. The denial is over. Wake up, people. Warn your families.
And let me read just the first paragraph of this as Alex exits. A mix of bacteria-killing viruses may be sprayed on cold cuts, wieners, and sausages to combat commune microbes that kill hundreds of people a year. Kill hundreds of people a year. Folks, there's 6.5 billion people on the planet, and they're saying we're doing this because hundreds of people are dying.
Tim out there was just saying It's probably the only healthy part of the pizza. And now they're radiating that.
Well, I'm sure the cheese isn't real. Let's be honest. You know what I mean?
Of course, the corporation, the CEO doesn't know. I guarantee you he's not part of the conspiracy. It's compartmentalized.
Absolutely. It's some underling somewhere trying to save the company a few bucks. And
This is being done by design. Make no mistake.
Well, the big companies that do that. Yeah, exactly. The ones that are putting it out there.
Again. I tell people they spray almost all your meat with hardcore viruses, and they don't even believe it. I tell them a lot of your food's radiated now. People don't want to believe it.
They feel uncomfortable.
I had a caller in my show today call in and say that he didn't believe that Australia and England and places were cracking down on the web.
I know.
He thinks it's feasibly, that they've announced it. The government says Chinese-style net censorship in Australia.
Well, Michael Whiteside, who's working on my film, he spent about 5 months in China on a project. And he's like, I couldn't believe how police state it was, how dirty it was, how people lived in
But now it's coming to England, Canada, and Australia are announcing web censorship openly, and I can't get the people to care.
And he could not get on YouTube. Couldn't get on YouTube, folks. He tried getting on proxies all the time. They've got it under control over in China. And that's, again, what's coming to the United States. That's the reason that the headline
but people think it's impossible to even do it. It's been announced.
I don't know how they think it's impossible. Obviously, they don't understand how computers work.
Even when they can't get to sites, they won't believe it's happening.
Yeah, that's true.
Even when they can't get to sites, you'll go, you can't get to my site now because they've done. They'll go, oh, no, it's not.
No, it'll be back. It will be back. Folks, YouTube, illegal in China. Why would you want to make something like YouTube illegal? God forbid we have open source information. God forbid the people are able to speak their mind. God forbid the media is open sourced to the world so that we can see all perspectives, all viewpoints, but there's only one viewpoint they want to shove down your throat. And that's collectivism under global governance. Say it with me. Global governance. That's their goal. We'll be back after this taking your calls. 888-201-2244. It's the InfoWarrior.